Hello, this is Matt from tracyandmatt.co.uk and from unboxings.com, and here in probably what is one of the smallest boxes we've ever done an unboxing video for on tracyandmatt.co.uk, we have the Nokia 7230. Tiny little box, and obviously not wanting to waste resources and have a nice small package. Have the handset itself, 7230, which we're going to have a look at in just a second. In terms of what else is in the box, pretty standard fare really, but let's have a look anyway. So we have a charger, which is, I haven't seen Nokia style quite like this before. They're normally much smaller, but it has this tiny little bullet style connector for the charger. Then we have a wired headset, as you can see here, which has, untangle it. It does have a 4-pole 3.5mm jack on one end, which does mean that we'll be able to use our own headphones. Has the inline microphone, which has a little clothing clip on it and a push button, but that's the inline style microphone. And then the actual headphones themselves, which are very plastic fantastic, very lightweight, and not much to them. I'm sure that unless you specifically need to use a wired headset, you're going to want to use your own headphones with this. And then last of all, we actually have the manual, which is appears to be entirely in English, so it's a fair bit of reading for those of you that choose to do so. But the manual's in the box too. So the handset, well, it is a fairly basic handset. This particular one is around £100 here in the UK, but we're going to have a quick look. So on the front we have a 2.6-inch display, which is 240 by 320 pixels. It is, as you can see, quite small. Underneath that we have a couple of soft keys on either side, red and green phone keys, and then the actual D-pad in the centre, up, down, left, right, and a push button. On the left hand side there's absolutely nothing to see. It is very sort of chromy, glossy sort of finish, very shiny. On the bottom, again, absolutely nothing. On the right hand side we have a dedicated camera button, and on the top we have a 3.5mm headphone connector, so we can use our own headphones or the wired headset, place to plug in the actual charger, and then a cover over the micro USB style connector. So we can, I believe we probably can charge over that, but if not, that is where we actually would plug in a USB connector if we want to transfer any media to or from the handset. Now this one does have a 2GB memory card actually supplied along with it. On the back we have a 3.2 megapixel autofocus camera, no flash though, but the back styling is a little bit different and kind of cool. Then obviously we do have the sliding numeric keypad, or the screen, depends how you look at it. I guess the screen slides out of the way of the keypad rather than the other way around. So we have a numeric style keypad, obviously it's 12 keys. They are quite flat, but they are sort of dished, slightly shaped. I think you can really see that there. There is a sort of slight shaping to them, which is quite good. And they are individual keys, which obviously have a nice tactile response to them, so it's pretty decent. So if we just power on by holding down the phone key, and we'll just wait for that to start up. No SIM card, so we'll just accept the fact that there's no SIM card and let that start. Now according to spec here we've got, it's 98mm from top to bottom, 48mm wide, and just under 15mm thick. Weighs just around 100 grams, I think it's 99 grams according to the spec here. Standby time for the battery is 395 hours and talk time of 5.4 hours. And it is quad band for GSM, tri-band for HSDPA apparently. Whether or not that's accurate, well, we'll find out later. 4x digital zoom supported on the camera, and it does play back things like MP3s and AACs and all that sort of stuff, so you can use it as a media player too, which is quite good. And as you'd expect, it does support things like email, although it doesn't support Exchange synchronization. It will work with POP3, SMTP and IMAP, and instant messaging such as MSN and Google Talk, which is pretty cool. Only 45 meg of its own internal memory, which is why you're going to want to use the memory card, and presumably why they supply it with a 2 gig. So let's just have a quick look around the menus. So on the front we obviously have the time, and obviously the fact the battery's fully charged. Overview maps, we have camera, contacts, music, and Facebook, so we can actually flick through those as well. Share on Overview, that's actually for sharing your images there. We have the radio, make a to-do list, and obviously we're right back to the beginning to Facebook and so on. So we exit that and go into the menu, and we have a very familiar looking menu structure. It's I'm sure many of you have seen this sort of style menu structure before, so it's sort of, you know, no different to many other Nokia style handsets, in which we can go into the overstore, settings, maps and so on. We go into the apps. We have things like calculator, alarm clock, camera extras, radio, media player, OV maps, various other bits and pieces. And in settings, profiles, themes, tones and lights and so on. We can change the display settings and various other bits and pieces. In actual fact, the display is pretty good, very bright, very clear. It's actually an AMOLED display, which is impressive just in and of itself. To actually have it on a handset that's, you know, of this sort of price point, let's say just over 100 quid for this handset, fairly entry level, but it's got some fairly decent features. The operating system itself is actually Series 40 and supports things like Bluetooth. If we go into settings, we can actually change the connectivity, and we can turn on Bluetooth and things like that, but it doesn't support Wi-Fi. But then I guess we probably wouldn't expect it to do so for, as I say, a fairly entry-level handset. So this is the Nokia 7230. We'll have a full review for you over the next couple of weeks. But don't forget to follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/TracyandMatt, and I'll have some more videos and reviews for you on tracyandmatt.co.uk. But for now, thanks for watching.
Bitdefender is dedicated to protecting people's digital lives, so working with unboxings.com to help preview and review the latest technology is a perfect fit.